So, hi, I'm Tushar. I just graduated my BTech last year, and when I was sitting in my final semester, I was hit by a sudden realization that back in 2021, I wanted to create videos, and it was 2025 almost, and I never started. And that's why I made a deal with myself. Before 2025 begins, I want to create 2 videos anyhow and I want to post it. And guess what? I did that. But then life happened again. I was looking for jobs. I started working on my final year project. And then I was also having this good internship to manage alongside my projects and everything else. So life went into a complete rush mode and videos, journaling, all that took a back seat. It was smelling dust until last week when I hit by the realization once again that it's almost the mid of 2026 and I still don't create videos. That's why I am going to talk about why do I want to create videos in the next few minutes. And maybe in the course of that, you will also find your answers to start creating videos. So follow along. It always seemed clear that what do I want to create and how do I want to create. But why do I even want to create was a question I never got an answer to. And last night when I sat down to actually write about it, I gave it a deep thought. My first encounter with video logging as an idea, as a concept, was never on YouTube. It was on a Disney channel. So let me tell you the story. When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of cartoons, right? On Nickelodeon, on Cartoon Network, by the way, RIP to Cartoon Network. But in 2011, something new happened, or at least it was my cable provider which made it happen, that they added the Disney channel within that subscription. It was the first time that I was watching something fresh. I wasn't watching another cartoon. I started watching shows that Disney had at that time, right? A lot of good shows if you have the context. And there was this show that I started watching which was called Best of Luck Nikki. If you don't have the context, the show is centered around a 3-4-year-old kid named Nikki, and she has a very special family. It was a very funny and comedic show, kind of a sitcom. The eldest sister in the family used to record these video logs for Nikki to watch when she grows up, and it was all fascinating to me. For the first time, I was not watching cartoon, I was watching something special, because the idea of recording for your future self just stuck with me. I didn't know it yet, but it left me with some impression about video logging, because the stories, the experiences, you can record something now. The stories, the experiences, how do you speak, how do you think, who are the people around you, all those things can be just recorded for your future self. And the idea itself was so fascinating to me, and that's where I got my foundations of the why behind starting to create videos. Fast forward to 2020, I just got back from my class 12th. There was a widespread COVID at that time. We were all locked at home. I got my first smartphone in that time, and there I landed on YouTube. A lot of people speaking about different kinds of topics, and many just randomly posting videos of blasting a Coca-Cola bottle with Mentos pills, and some were just trying to teach class 12 lectures, some were just trying to help you make money. I watched countless videos, playlists, learned a lot. I can say that 30% of the skills that I have today, I have learned it from YouTube. The videos that I watched, the people I followed, they changed something in me. It gave me a 360 view of what all things are there that I can do in the coming years. So that was my second encounter of video logging. Here is something that I want to show you. This is one of the diaries where I used to make notes of videos that I watched in a day. So at the end of almost every day between the phase of 2021 and 2022 until I reached university, that was the time when I left this habit completely. But one of them I have still with me, 2 or 3 of them are back at home. And this one habit, it helped me grow so much. It helped me get my first freelance gig back in 2020 when I was so in despair that I was not sure if I'm ever going to attend a good university. YouTube taught me skills that I would have never learned otherwise from anybody in my social circle back then. The people I followed, content that I consumed, they helped me grow out of the traditional orthodox lens of looking at opportunities. And that's where the second why behind starting to create videos was clear. To create things that a small town boy or girl can watch and feel confident enough to take their next leap, to actually knock down their next hurdle. Or because I know that there are many people who are raised in small towns, distant from mainstream societies, are really a bit misfortunate about this because they don't learn from their circle a lot. So even if I create one video that actually helps somebody take their next leap, I'll be the happiest person on earth. So the last reason for creating videos that I figured out was to create it for myself, and learning in public across social media to push myself harder is one of those reasons for me. When I have clear goals set for the months to learn and create videos on something, let's say if I want to explain some concept or share some tool, or let's say if I want to share some story from my experience, I might go beyond my comfort zone and start learning better, adapt better. So these were my reasons to start creating videos, and that's all for today's video. Comment down why do you want to create videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.